here we are back at the garage doing our fun things of things and or stuff. Taking a break from working on the big Enterprise to work on a little itty bitty one. This is the 1000 Polar Lights refit Enterprise NX-01, but the much more exciting Enterprise is the 1350 classic Star Trek USS Enterprise. So as you can see, it's coming along quite nicely. We've done a lot of stuff to it over the past couple months. Started with just getting the kit, and it was brand new when we got it, and finding all the supplies and things like that. Finding all those little extra tiny little things that make it go the extra mile, like the photo etch parts and the things and other things and little decals and stuff like that. Make it just extra special. Copper deflector dish, fun stuff. But basically, start working on the insides first. If you want to light a model, the best thing to do is paint it black on the inside, then paint it white. The black keeps the light bleed from going onto the outside and making weird outside glowing parts. And the white lets it bounce around on the inside so you can get a nice glow effect on the inside. So we started with that, then began wiring it all up, getting the electronics working and not working, and fixing things and not fixing things, and then refixing the things that I didn't fix, which was a fun adventure. It's a mass-produced thing, so what can you do? I mean, it's going to have its problems. It's not as exciting as something that's, you know, handcrafted or, you know, specialty produced by a group of people, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's going well so far, making sure. So basically I use the model glue to glue all the model pieces together, but then I use the Zap-A-Gap to glue down the wires, and that works really well because you can use the accelerant to make sure it's nice and secure, and you don't have to wait for it to dry. Now accelerant sometimes makes glue brittler, but it'll be fine in this because it won't be. It's nice and just one big piece. So yeah, let's go now and check out the lighting on the inside. So one thing to make sure we get, there we go, make sure all these connections are secure. What else? But you can see little windows are masked off on the secondary hull, and they're glowing. There's the tail section, and the starboard side, and the neck windows. It has a bunch of fun features. It's got the ion pod lights, and the navigation lights, and the spinning Bussard collectors, and all that, and they did the best they could, and they did a pretty good job. I think of the things that are bad about it, there's really not that much. I mean, there's a couple little twinkle things with the electronics that have some weird problems, but that's probably just a manufacturing issue and not a design issue. So the fit is pretty good. I noticed a couple little weird things with the model, but again, they designed it well. It's probably just manufacturing stuff. So did the electronics, then you got to do all the interior stuff, so like the shuttle bay, the bridge, things like that, making sure you get all the seams filled and all the detail in there, because you're going to have to put those in first before you can put them in the model, before you can seal them up. So the shuttle bay involved, you know, painting it, adding the photo etch parts, and then putting the decals on, and then gluing that together, and then putting it in the back. Then I sealed up the secondary hull, and gave that a nice coat and filled in all the seams, then attached the pylons. So anyway, this is the starboard nacelle. So it can be quite a mess. But, these models can get pretty messy before they're all finished. Right now we're wet sanding this to get rid of the seam line. And the wet sanding cleans up the gunk, or it lets your sandpaper not be as gunky. And what we're looking for is a nice, smooth, it's not quite there yet. I'll have to go for another round, I think, of filler. We're just looking for nice, even, you don't feel anything seam, because it'll show up on the paint and it'll look weird. So it's one of the things to look out for there. And after that, we attached the neck, or I guess I had the neck on there because it's all connected. Then I attached the bottom of the saucer, and that's where the other circuit board is. So it's got two circuit boards powering the whole thing. Then attached the top of the saucer, and working on the nacelles right now. And that's pretty much where we're at. Getting some little final details. One problem I'm running into right now is that I don't know if it happened, I mean, I've had the kit for a while, so I don't know if being in the heat or whatever, because I've shown it off to a bunch of people, if the bottom of the saucer warped or if the top of the saucer is too small or what the deal is. But there's just a bit of overhang on the bottom from the top, so there's going to be some filling in, and I might even take strip styrene and go all the way around and then sand it down to get it fully flush down there or on the rim, because otherwise that looks really awkward. And even more awkward is that some of the panel lines don't align up precisely when you put them together, so they're kind of like this. So if I do have to end up filling that, at least I can cut new lines, right? So, but yeah, that's where she is right now. We plan on making a fancy base for it, with lights and things and stuff, you know, whatever. But other than that, it's going along pretty well, and a couple other little things I've had to do myself. One problem I ran into was the impulse engines didn't work, and after a while the navigation lights didn't work, so I had to improvise, put different LEDs. I don't know if I got burned out LEDs or what the deal was, but I had to put new LEDs for the impulse engines, which actually turned out pretty well. I put some different kind of LEDs. They're really old light box LEDs that aren't like piercing bright, but they kind of glow, and it gives it a good weird effect for the impulse engines. And then for the navigation lights, unfortunately, I replaced resistors, I tried all sorts of things, did not work, whatever I did. So I ended up wiring the navigation lights to the ion pods. Let's hope nobody notices that they're not supposed to flash at the same rate. So, irregardlessly, that's where we're at right now, and I guess my next step is finishing the warp nacelles. Did run into a problem with those, as I guess I didn't use enough glue or whatever. The glue I used was crappy, so when I went to put in the Bussards, because I put a little bit of tape around them, and I'll explain that in a minute, but they kind of cracked on the bottom, so I had to re-glue that and fill that in. But now I've really gone and glued that inside together, so it's stuck. Then I thought about, you know, since this is a manufactured thing, and it does have little motors in it, and it does have circuit boards, and one of those resistors gets really hot. So my solution to that, just in case something should happen and a circuit board blows out, or an engine or motor craps out, whatever, the bridge dome will be removable. It's already pretty snug when it fits on there anyway, and it fits really flush. The deflector dish will also be probably magnetized in, so you can just pull it out if you have to get to that circuit board. And then the engines, I put electrical tape around kind of the mount, and then put that in there, and then they fit really secure, so you have to nudge them to get them back out. But hopefully, if the motors ever go out, you'll be able to pop them out and replace them. So that's what I'm hoping is, you know, somebody will enjoy this for many years, and if something should happen to it, they'll be able to fix it relatively easily. So, but yeah, that's it for the Enterprise right now. Slowly coming together. Some little interesting notes that the Bussards somehow are evolving before my eyes. At first, when I plugged them in, they weren't doing the little auxiliary flashing, and now they're like slowly growing. This one started, and then this one only 2 of them, and now the whole thing's working. So I don't know. This Enterprise is evolving before our eyes. come look at here, we got the bridge up here. And dramatic music happening. And I turn it, but hopefully nothing falls off because it's just dry fit together. What else is going on at the shop? This little guy, so adorable. Gotta check it out. See, it's this little spaceship, little petite spaceship, and for no reason, not building it for anyone, just for me. Yeah, that's right. I'm building it for me, so you can go, yeah, complain about that. What else we got going on? We got props, of course. We got the Mark II Star Trek 3 phaser, which I'm finally finishing. Right, Sporak? Yep, you know what's up. And that'll be fun and amazing when it's all done, if I modestly say, of course. And we have more costume planning happening. I'll give you a hint. His name starts with AD, and there is a knockoff of him in the Marvel Universe, which one of the members in our garage group will be doing. Other various model projects. I'm starting to light block the Defiant and Maquis Raider, so we can light those up. Now that I've learned how to use the LED tape, those should be pretty easy to get those all wired up. And that is everything major. So tune in for more shenanigans and things. It really has not been as shenanigan-y as I had hoped. I'm really disappointed, so we'll have to get more footage of the shenanigans that happen, like, you know, catching the place on fire, almost getting electrocuted twice, you know, breaking things, you know, swearing constantly. You know, we got to get that footage because that's what's worth watching. I mean, you could watch anybody build this thing up. Oh, look at that. Oh. You know, and more professionally, might I add. But it's the experience of watching somebody get so frustrated, or, oh, see, there goes something right now. Whatever. It's very good. It's the experience of experiencing the modeling for yourself through another individual who appreciates it in a way. I don't know what the hell that means, and I don't intend to find out. But, having said that, stick around for more fun and things and special guests. I don't know who they are or even have any in mind, but we'll have a special guest. Maybe Don Wynn will be a good special guest. If you're watching this, you're up next, buddy. You're up next. So anyway, stay tuned for more stuff right after this.